students, Ms. Hanson here. This is a short version of a quick way to identify subjects and verbs. If you don't know anything about subjects, verbs, nouns, etc., watch the longer video. If you know a little bit, watch this one. Here's the main thing you want to do. Do not start identifying subjects and verbs by finding the subject in a sentence first and then finding the verb. Instead, try this. Identify the verb first, and you can do that by changing the tense of the sentence. And the word that changes is going to be the verb. Then, once you've identified the verb, you can ask yourself who or what does that verb. Alright, for instance, here's she raises goats. That's in the present tense. To find the verb, put it in the past tense or another tense. She raised goats. She will raise goats. She has raised goats. The word that changes is the verb. In this case, it went from she raises goats to she raised goats. Raise is the verb. The bananas are green. Here's another one. The bananas are green. They are green today. Yesterday, the bananas were green. The word that just changed, that's your verb. The house was on fire yesterday. Today, the house is on fire. The word that changed when we changed the tense or the time in which the sentence was taking place, the action of the sentence, that's going to be your verb. Megan ran 2 miles each day in the past. Now she runs 2 miles each day. And again, the word that changes, in this case it's this one, is the verb. Look at these sentences. Peanuts are salty. Peanuts were salty. When you change the tense, the word that changes is the verb. Now ask yourself, who or what are salty? Well, it's peanuts. There's your subject. My car is blue. My car was blue. If I change the tense to yesterday, the word that changed is the verb. Who or what is blue? Car. Now if you say my car, I don't care. It's fine. We're not here to become perfect grammarians. We just need to know, can you spot a subject and a verb in a sentence and know that there actually is a subject and a verb in a sentence? Running in a hurry, Bubby fell face first onto the concrete. You might instantly say to yourself, well, running is an action word, therefore it's the verb, done. But it's not. Change the tense of the sentence and see what happens. Running in a hurry, Bubby fell face first onto the concrete. In the past. Running in a hurry, Bubby falls face first onto the concrete. Or Bubby will fall face first onto the concrete. The word that changed in this sentence was this word, fell. This little bit back here, running in a hurry, did not change tenses. Here's another one. Watching movies is my favorite pastime. If you didn't take the time to think about how verbs have a tense or a time, you'd say, well, watching is the verb because watching is an action word. Not all verbs are action words, and not all words that look like action words are actually verbs. Let's change the tense and see what happens. Watching movies is my favorite pastime today. Watching movies was my favorite pastime yesterday or last year. The word that changed is this word. That's the verb. Watching movies, do you know what that is in this sentence? It's actually the subject. What's the thing that's my favorite pastime? Watching movies. This word, this group of words here, this phrase, is functioning as the subject of the sentence. FYI, the word there and the word here will never be a subject in a sentence. So if a sentence starts with one of those two words, don't grab it and say, well, there's the subject, because it comes early. Let's do our little test about verbs first. There are 6 turtles in that pond. There were 6 turtles in that pond. When we change the tense, the word that changes is the verb. Now, what are, but the turtles are, the word there will never be a subject in a sentence. It will not. It does not happen. The word here will never be a subject in a sentence. Cross it out. Here's the answer to your problem. Here was the answer to your problem. When we change the tense, we get the verb. So what, knowing that here cannot be the subject, is the subject? What is? Oh, well, the answer is. Okay, there's the answer. Let's look at this longer sentence, because people think that subjects usually come early in the sentence, and oftentimes they do, but they don't always. In the corner of the convenience store, by the beverage cooler near the chip stand, is a cardboard box. If we were looking for the subject first and not the verb first, and doing a little trick about changing the tense, you might say, oh, well, convenience store, that's the subject of this sentence. That's what this sentence is about. Or you might say, a corner must be the subject because it comes early in the sentence. Well, let's find the verb first. In the corner of the convenience store by the beverage cooler and the chip stand was a cardboard box. Was a cardboard box. We're going to take that word is, we change the tense, that is our verb. Now, are we saying the corner is a cardboard box? The convenience store is a cardboard box? No. What is? Well, the box is. The box is what? It's in the corner, by the cooler, near the chip stand. Box is our subject. Now, in this last example, if you're still doing the old method of finding the subject first, and somebody told you to find the subject, you figure out what the sentence is about. Well, if I'm looking at this sentence, she drove down a long, narrow, wet, treacherous street, I'm probably thinking that street's the subject of this sentence. Look how many words go with it. It's long, narrow, wet, treacherous. Street, it seems to me, is the subject of this sentence. But we're not going to do that. We're going to find the verb first. She drove down the long, narrow, wet, treacherous street. Change the tense. Change the time of the happening. She drives down the long, narrow street. She will drive down the long, narrow street, etc. The word that changed is the verb. And that's this word here, drove. Now, ask yourself, did the street drive? No, street did not drive. Street can't be the subject of the sentence. The subject of the sentence is she. So when you're looking for subjects and verbs, and again, it's not to perfection. We're just talking about, can you prove there's a subject and a verb in each and every sentence? Find the verb first by changing the tense of the sentence, and then ask yourself who or what is doing whatever that verb is.